Well, welcome back. For those of you who are online, welcome. I see George saying hello. Hi, George. How you doing? It has been a while. How is United States? For those of you who are still on, please remember to share the link so others can join in to the program today. So let's talk. By this, you should all be aware. We were having this talk every week for the last few weeks, just talking about our experiences during the COVID-19 pandemic, how you've been handling things, you know, what adjustments you've made, what suggestions you've got to others with regards to the experiences that we all have been having, and how to find meaningful ways to connect with people in the midst of what's happening. So again, we've got a number for you to call in. So I'm going to encourage you either to call in or to just chat with us, put your messages on, and we'll be sure to connect with you and to answer the questions you have or your suggestions. Thank you, George. You said it's great. I hope you're sharing this. Hi, Dominic. Welcome. So the number for the call-in is, and you have to have this number as a WhatsApp number. So it's +33 627 80 8675. And the number is on the screen. As I said, add it as a WhatsApp contact, and then you can call me with a voice call through WhatsApp, and I'll be able to chat with you with that. Okay. Hi, Horace Thompson. Welcome to you too. So again, as I said, it's just let's talk. That's the conversation that we're having to keep people informed as to what's happening, and also to engage people, because it can be very tough having to experience quarantine and or being isolated depending on the circumstance. So I'm going to ask those who are online. Hi, Jaswinder, good to see you. Hi, Elvie, good to see you join the watch party too. And hi, Quentin, good to see you all. So I'm going to ask for those who are online, like, what's new? How was this week? Hi, Dominic. Welcome to you too. How has this week been different? Or first of all, I'll probably ask, how did you spend Mother's Day last week? It wasn't on last week, but you know, anybody, how did you spend Mother's Day last week? It was like kind of different situation, or was it like the same regular Mother's Day for you? So all right, that's an Instagram video. But again, as I said, call into the line, or you can send a chat in and we'll just have a little more conversation on that. So part of the things that we're talking about with the pandemic is people being able to make the adjustments, you know, adjusting as you're going out in the public, even at home, your hygiene and things like that, keeping things clean and, you know, different, healthy. So I'm going to ask, I'll probably ask, since George is on first, George, did you do anything different for Mother's Day last week? You know, was there anything different that you did for Mother's Day, or was it eating and sleeping? That's what we've been doing for, you know, experiencing this pandemic, because many persons can't go out. That's Raphael. Hi, Raphael. Welcome to you too. All right. On Mother's Day, eating and sleeping, and that's a good thing to do. It was a more relaxed day, I think, for many persons. It's a long weekend here in Canada this weekend, so I know many persons are home or probably gone camping, but just to enjoy it just the same. Okay. Horace Thompson, anything different that you did for Mother's Day? And you know, you maybe have a mother of your child, or yourself having a mother, or someone who has mothered you. Was there anything that you did differently because of the situation with regards to Mother's Day? All right. Jaswinder, let me know. Did you do anything differently for Mother's Day? Jaswinder is one of my trainers for a business that I do on the side. Great individual, great trainer. Welcome, Jas. All right. So I'm still waiting for someone to call in. What I've done differently this week, I've got 10 questions, and it's nothing hard, just general questions that I have. I've got from numbers 1 to 10. So when you call in, I'll have you choose, you know, 3 numbers, and then I'll ask you the question, and then you just share your experience with us. It's nothing hard. For those who've been here week after week, it's just information that we share, things that's general. And fortunately, you won't be able to fail the test, so it's all good. And I think by this, it's been a few weeks that we've been on the program, 9 weeks. So for those of you who usually watch, by this, you should be comfortable enough to call. I know that I don't bite on Sundays. So welcome. Please remember to share, give a like, give a thumbs up so others can join in the watch party today. So in my side of the world, on the 14th of May, they started opening up the economy. So things have been, like the hair salons, barbershops, some clothing stores, furniture stores have opened up. We're taking our time. Phase 1 is what's opening. And I know for different parts across Canada, similar things have been happening too. So let us know, how has it been? Have you been out into the real world, or how has things changed now that you've gone out to the new norm, or we're getting close to that new norm? Let me know how that has been different. And just my experience, today I went by the mall. I went by West Edmonton Mall. It was quiet, airy. And what was different, I noticed you had to go one direction, right? So one way going down, one way coming up. And they had markers on the floor showing you where to go. And, over the intercom, they were saying, remember to keep your 2-meter distance and to, physical distancing, and to observe the markings on the floor and social height, like everything like that they were talking about. So they were constantly having that play. So that was kind of strange. And then one of the clothing stores had people lined up outside in the mall. And that's something rare to see, because usually people are in the mall or the mall is packed. So it's definitely a different look and feel, trying to adjust to it. Hi, Chris, welcome to you. And hi, Mark, welcome to you too. Again, be sure to share this link and share with us what has been happening in your part of the world now that we're in this pandemic. Okay, so George has asked a question. Should Mother's Day be treated special even if she doesn't deserve it? So, good question. Anyone has any answers to that? So, should Mother's Day be treated special even if she doesn't deserve it? Welcome, Novlet Wallen. Anyone wants to take a stab at that question? For me, I'd probably say, you know what? You still can show appreciation for your mother, even if that person hasn't been the greatest example of a mother. But you can also show appreciation for others that have mothered you. So the poem I shared last week was talking about a mother's touch. And sometimes it's not necessarily your own mother that has given that to you. But just the same, you can still acknowledge, because at least they give life and to take you through this world. At least your mother did that, right? So it may not always be this is the best mother in the world, but still you can still show appreciation for the life that she's given you, and also acknowledge other mothers that have made an impact in your life. Anyone else thoughts on that? Should Mother's Day be treated special even if your mother doesn't deserve it? Good question. I also asked the question, should you only reserve one day for Mother's Day, considering how much some of our mothers or fathers have done for us? And sometimes I think we don't spend as much time saying thank you. And especially during this experience, it's one for us to at least, acknowledge people in our lives and the impact they've had in our lives. Okay. So I'm still waiting for a phone call. I want someone who's going to be the first one to call in so they can answer the question that I've got. Again, it's a WhatsApp number. Please add it as a contact and then give me a call. The number is +33 627 808675. That's +33 627 808675. Or maybe I should have it just in case you don't want to call in, but you're on the chat. Maybe you want to take on the challenge to be the first one. So I've got 10 questions, as I mentioned, numbers 1 to 10. So let me know which number question you want me to ask you that you can answer. You can answer it on the chat or you can give me a call. Numbers 1 to 10. Choose a number or call in and let me know which number you're choosing. And I've got a few of you watching, so I'm still waiting to hear that call or see you type in that number. Raphael, where exactly are you? Where in the world are you, Raphael? Let me know, Raphael. I see you on the chat, but let me know where you're at. And Horace Thompson, where are you? All right, so George is asking, what's the first question? So, George, what I'm going to ask you, what have you observed new in the outside world? With the changes that has happened because of the pandemic, what have you observed that's new or different? I'll give you some time to type. And I mean, feel free to answer the question if you're interested. You're on the chat, you want to answer the question, then let us know. What have you observed new in the outside world in light of this pandemic? And of course, you can also call it. My phone is here, waiting for a call. Hi, Bridget, welcome to you. All right. Be sure to share, like the video so others can come on, we can have a conversation. Let's know what's happening in your side of the world. So again, as we mentioned, in light of this pandemic, there are many changes that have occurred or they've asked us to do. So I want to remind everyone to ensure that we've flattened the curve or we are keeping this pandemic under wraps. We want to make sure we take our own precaution. So washing your hands more often. So as George mentioned, persons are washing their hands more. And that's a good habit to learn. You'd think we'd know to do that more, but sometimes you have to say things or remind people of, simple habits, things that we teach kids. That's also important as adults that we keep. So George knows his persons are washing their hands more. And that's also something we're encouraged to do. You see it on posters, you hear it in the media, washing your hands. Also keeping your physical distance with persons that are there. Avoid touching your face with your hands, without washing them. And also ensuring that if you're coughing or sneezing, you cough in your sleeve. And what else? What are some other precautions that they mentioned there? If you're feeling sick, self-isolate until you're sure that you do not have the virus. All right, welcome Henry Lofton. Nice to have you. Let us know where in the world are you. Okay, so I'm getting my first call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I am good, and you?
I am great, and this is Donnet.
Oh, yes.
This is my mom. Welcome, mother.
Thank you, daughter.
I have to say a special shout out and thank you to my mother. She's my PR. So behind the scenes, she's always sharing the link or telling people, make sure you call in. Cheryl will be on doing Let's Talk today. So thank you, Mother, for my free PR. Hi, Mark. How are you doing? Welcome, Mark. So, Donette. Hello?
Yes.
Good to have you on the line today. How has your day been?
Oh, it has been good. Sunny in Jamaica here. Very hot.
Very hot.
With eating some mangoes.
Okay. I won't start that war on Facebook Live. I really envy you for having the mangoes. So, Donette, for today's program...
I wish you could be here. I wish you could be here.
Yeah. Soon. So for today's program, Donette, we've done it a little differently. So I've got 10 questions, and I want you to choose any random number from 1 to 10, maybe 3 of them, and I'll ask you the question that I've got on my page, and I'll have you share that answer. So numbers 1 to 10, what's the first number of your choice?
Can I get 7?
Number 7. How much longer do you think Let's Talk, that the program that we do here, will continue for?
How much longer I think?
Yes.
As long as this COVID is lasting.
As long as the COVID is lasted. Okay, good answer. I'll let you guys know at the end of the program how much longer this Let's Talk program is going for.
Oh, even after this COVID, you have had such good programs.
Even after COVID. And do you have some suggestions as to other things that you want us to include?
Well, schooling.
Okay.
How young people get along these days with older folks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And in our part of the world, you're always talking about manners, respect, how you get along in the world.
Okay. Getting along in the world. All right.
Yes.
So, all right, Donna, that's number 1 for you. So give me another number between 1 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out and thank you to my mother. She's my PR, so she's always sharing the label. Make sure you call in.
Donette?
Hello, I'm here.
Are you thinking of another number?
Of another? Oh, you want me to answer for another number too?
Yes, give me another number between 1 and 10.
All right, will you give me 5?
Number 5. What do you think I asked before?
I thought you were I thought you had finished with that now, and I was just saying something else to you.
Okay. So what thoughts do you have on how to keep summer with this new situation that we're in? Because many people are saying, summer is not being kept. So what thoughts do you have on how to keep summer, with this new situation? Persons would usually go to the beach or go camping or travel. How do you suggest people keep summer in light of the new situation?
Oh, my. Well, if you can get a big boat, not boat, but thing that you can fill up with water, a big tube.
So like an inflatable pool?
Yes, and enjoy your summer in the backyard.
Okay. So inflatable
I wish I could go to the beach.
So that would probably help for those who want to go to the beach. You can have an inflatable pool and enjoy some time at home.
Oh, yes, at home. But just want to go on the road to get to the beach, where it is all natural.
Beaches at home until beaches opens again. Beaches are open again.
Oh, yes.
And as you mentioned that, there were a group from church yesterday, and they were having Pathfinders. It's a young people group, and they were supposed to go camping this weekend. So what they did, they had called, so they were on Zoom virtually talking. But what some of the kids did, they actually pitched a tent in their backyard, slept out in the backyard for the night. Mm-hmm. So I guess that is an option that we can use.
Oh, yes.
If you've got a backyard. George is saying, for those of you that have a backyard, if you don't have a backyard,
Have to pitch it in there, put it in there on the Oh, you people in Canada don't have veranda either.
You probably have to just watch a virtual take a peek at the beach and enjoy it.
That would be a disaster.
All right, Donette, one more question for you. Another choice of another question.
Let's go with number 3.
Number 3, what's cooking for dinner for today? Or what did you have for dinner today?
Oh, I had some rice and peas with some tofu covered with tofu covered with some cornstarch and some pumpkin takari.
Okay.
With some vegetables, some carrots and string peas with beet and onion with some sauce on it.
Okay. So like you cooked for the week, Donette?
No, that was from Friday. I had cooked for Sabbath. And whatever I cook for Sabbath serves for Sunday dinner.
Okay, so you got Friday, Saturday for Sunday.
Oh, yes. And it's sweeter when it's tailored, don't it?
So for those of you who don't know, rice and peas, a Jamaican dish. It's made with rice and primarily kidney beans, and they add coconut milk to that, and they cook it, and that's served like your rice, but it's rice with kidney beans. And then tofu. Those are vegetarian. They use tofu covered with cornstarch, fry that, and make a sauce with it. And pumpkin takari is curried pumpkin that you use. All right. And then vegetables, we all know that. Well, thank you, Don. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to, or anything that you've listened to our program week after week? Is there anything you want to share or talk about that, we've spoken about in the program?
Well, since the COVID, since we have shut down in Jamaica since March 12, I have not gone through my gate. Okay. I am home and I'm really enjoying it. The only place I really would go to is church.
Only place you go to is church, but you've enjoyed being home.
Unless I have to go to Maypen, I go to Maypen. But if not, I go to church and come back home. So it's not strange for me to be home.
Okay. But George said he doesn't want any of the last week's food this week. So you're going to have to cook for George again tomorrow.
Well, tell George, yes, if he can't join me, I'm sorry for him. Tell him to come over and he'll understand. Tell him to come over and he'll understand how sweet it is.
Well, George, I suggest you have some mangoes that'll be nice and fresh from the trees.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Jody. Welcome to you.
Then tell George we have millie mangoes, we have East Indian mangoes, we have common mangoes, we have beefy mangoes, and all the mangoes you think you can find.
The mangoes of your choice, please head to Jamaica. That's a free promo.
Oh, yes.
As soon as the quarantine is lifted. All right. Thank you, Donette.
I just want to give out a shout out to my friend Joan Christie in Toronto. She's Joan. Supportive of your program, and I just want to thank her.
Hi, Joan. Thank you for listening. Be sure to give us a call and chat with us a little bit too. Okay. Thank you, Donette. Have a good evening.
Thank you, daughter. Take care.
All right. So continue to share, invite others to come and share their experiences that they've had, and let's chat a little bit about what's been going on in your side of the world. How has things changed with things reopening? So part of that. So hi, Joan Christie, Donette, why are you showing off about those mangoes, Donette? You see, it's not only Joan, but I feel the same way. Especially if you're here in Canada and not able to enjoy the mangoes. I think we probably should have an express program where they can send mangoes from Jamaica to Canada in light of the COVID experience, so we can do a trade-off. Welcome, Joan. How are you doing? All right. So again, as I said, be sure to call in. The number should be on the screen. I'll remind you of it. You'll need to add it as a WhatsApp contact, and then you can call. It's +33 627 80 8675. Again, it's +33 627 80 8675. So be sure to call in, or you can use the chat to talk to me a little bit about what's been happening and or the questions we've been asking. So George was also talking about, we asked, what do you notice different with everything that's been happening? And George mentions persons are washing their hands more often. He also said they are more cautious where they touch, covering their mouth and their nose. And it's such a bad habit, touching your face. It's something that you do quite often without realizing. And what's new for me, I'm wearing the gloves more than, I didn't used to wear gloves before, but I'm wearing the gloves. And today I was on the road and I was talking to someone on the phone, and I had my hand in the face, and she's like, take your hand out of your face. I'm like, oh yeah. Because you forget, and you're touching you use the gloves to touch everything, and then you're touching your face as if it's your regular hand. So please be very cautious of that when you step outside. Hi, Hope, welcome to you. She's asking to send some mangoes over, juicy, juicy mangoes. Y'all making my mouth water for the mangoes. All right, so we probably have a let's talk about mangoes and what's your favorite and where we can get the best tasting mangoes. Yeah, so just be cautious when you're going out, when you're using gloves. One of the things that the chief medical officer mentions, sometimes we are using gloves and we think it's let's just say it's a reason for us to be touching our face, but it's an extra layer of precaution. You still need to wash or to sanitize with the gloves on. Again, still refrain from touching your face. Or I've seen pictures with persons, they have the gloves on and they're eating just directly using the gloves. And of course, the gloves has, touched many surfaces, so it is definitely not clean and not advisable for you to be taking your food up with the gloves that you've been used to touch everything and eating directly with that. Something else too is wearing face mask, and the verdict is different in different parts of the world. I know for us in Edmonton, you're not required to wear a face mask when going out, but they say if you're going to be in a crowded area, they'll suggest that you wear it. Other than that, keep your distance as much as possible. But for those who are wearing the mask, you are reminded to wear it, covering your nose and then below your chin, not wearing it under your neck or on your forehead, or taking it down to talk, because then you've defeated the purpose of why you're wearing a mask. So some of just those precautions that you have to keep in mind with the probably new PPE that you'll be using as you go out. So Don is inviting people to, Joan, you can come for the mangoes as long as you want, sure. All right. Oh, and then Hope is giving me the acronym to avoid men. That's the way to remember. Avoid men, more than men, right? So avoid men. Mouth, eyes, and nose. So avoid touching your mouth, eyes, and nose. So avoid men. Are they in part of women? George is asking if it is the one with the worms mango, that is it. George, at this point, you'd probably take anything you can get in the quarantine, or they're the healthier ones. All right, so who's gonna call next, or who's gonna give me an option to choose another number so I can ask you the question? I've got a list with questions here. So when you call in or from the chat, you can just tell me a number and I will ask you that question and you'll give me the answer to that question. It's easier to call and talk it through than to type. I mean, unless you're pretty quick with texting, then you could use that option. Who's next? Numbers 1 to 10. Give me a number. Hope or Joe, you can give me a call too, or Raphael if you're still watching, Dominic if you're still watching. All right. So something else that I noticed, so I went out to work one day last week, and I realized when I was going to the office, there was this guy who was coming outside, and he almost like, jumped to the other side because I guess it was just kind of weird. People are trying to adjust to getting back into the groove of things, keeping your distance, and also just being cautious, not knowing who has the virus or who has been affected. Hi, I'm Marie Levine, regular listener from Jamaica. Yes, and she's called in too. Thank you, Stacy. How has it been? All right, so numbers 1 to 10, choose a number or call in. Give me a number and I'll ask you that question. They're pretty simple, just with regards to the pandemic or the experiences you've been having. And as I said, you should be more comfortable with me since I've been on a few weeks. Still waiting for persons to choose a number, share, like, comment. Others can come on and we can have this conversation, have this chat. And I've been last week, I was not here last week. Hi, Lysiane, welcome to you. How are you doing? It's my good friend, Lysiane. So we've been, I was off last week, but then during that time, we've been considering, hi, Erica from Jamaica. Good evening to you. How has it been? Some persons in Jamaica have been quarantined because of the different hotspots for COVID-19. So they've also been making adjustments there, kind of the same way, but maybe to a different scale from here. Hi, Jen. How are you? That's my boss. Welcome to you, Jen. It's good to check out. How are you spending the weekend? So, and then Donnet mentions, tell George, no worms in the mango. Okay, George. So Donnet is challenging you that the mangoes this time around are nice and healthy. So again, the number is on the screen. You have to add it as a WhatsApp contact. Give me a call in, and I've got 10 questions. You'll just give me a number from 1 to 10. I'll ask you that question and you'll share with me your answer. It's quite simple. Hi, Lacey. So the number is +33 627 80 8675. That's +33 627 80 8675. You're doing fine, Erica. That's good to know that you're doing fine and managing under the quarantine. How has things changed or opened up back for you in your side of the world? For me, as I mentioned, Alberta, more specifically Edmonton, started opening up on the 14th. Again, it's a phased opening up of the economy, and we're just kind of taking it as we go. And are you ready to go out? If they've opened up in your area, are you ready to go out? Have you started going out yet? And what precautions are you taking? All right. Hi, Joan. Welcome to you. Joan also is a regular viewer. She said, I just watch from the shadows, but it's good to see you on, Joan. Again, give me a call, send me a shout out. Where are you watching from? What do you want to share, about the program or what you've seen happening with this COVID-19 experience? Is there anything new that you've learned that you want to share with other people, or any advice that you have to give to persons who may be, struggling with what's happening at this time? Yep. Okay. And I love to hear my voice, but I also like to hear your voice too. And if I don't have you talking, I'll probably break out into singing, and I don't sing too well, so be sure to call +33 627 808 8675. And even if you called before, call in. So there are different questions I'm asking today. So call in and then let's just chat, or let's talk, as the program is called. All right. Okay. Still waiting, still waiting. Who's going to be the next one to call or to give me a number and I can ask you the question? You're still anonymous, you're online, you're behind the screen. All right, next call coming in. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. This is Erica.
Hi, Erica, how are you?
I'm blessed so far. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
You're blessed. Well, I'm equally blessed too. Thank you, dear. I'm extra happy because it's blue skies and it's sunny outside, and that just helps my mood so much more.
Well, I'm extra happy because I have life.
You've got, you don't have that, you can't enjoy anything else, right?
Yes, I can.
So Erica, so I've got 10 questions. Yep. So I wanted to choose, from 1 to 10, choose a number, and I'll ask you that question, and then you'll just share with us, okay?
Number 7.
Number 7. So how much longer do you think Let's Talk, that's this program, will continue for?
How much longer?
Yes.
For a lifetime, I guess, because it's very interesting.
For a lifetime. As I said to someone earlier, I'll say at the end of the program how long the program is going to last until. But what are some topics would you suggest for the program? Or things that would have been interest to you?
Yeah, a lot of topics. You can talk about stress because a lot of people is going through that.
Okay.
You can talk about stress because a lot of people out there don't know how to handle it. So you should encourage them. You could talk on the topic of motherhood because a lot of people feel discouraged about that also. Okay. You could talk about economy because a lot of people don't know how to maintain that. So there's a lot of topics.
There. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would you look forward to it being weekly or probably more staggered, once a month, twice a month, once every 2 months?
No, man. The weekly is good.
Weekly is good.
I will go with the weekly. Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Take it on advisement, not promise anything. Okay. So next number. Choose another number between 1 and 10. 10?
I can't pick more than 1.
Yes, I'm going to give you 3 tries. So another number.
Okay, 5.
5. Okay. So what thoughts do you have? It's funny, right? Donna chose before and chose in the same order. What thoughts do you have on how to keep summer with this new situation that we are in? Like many persons are saying summer is not being kept because of what's happening. So what thoughts do you have on how to keep summer with this new situation that we are in?
Okay. You hear that saying a lot that summer not keeping, birthdays not keeping, party not keeping, and nothing not keeping. In fact, they write out the whole 2020. So for me, no, you can enjoy your summer just the same. Mm-hmm. Well, they don't want us to go to the beach. We can bring beach at home, set up a pool outside, enjoy.
An inflatable pool.
A pool. Set it up in the back of the home, at the front where you can. And anything you used to do at summertime, you do it just the same. I know it won't be the same for some. Mm-hmm. They're not going to adjust to this, but they can enjoy because once it is life, there's hope. So we still can enjoy ourselves, even though all this is going on.
And what do you suggest for people who live in apartments and don't have a backyard?
They don't have a they can enjoy. They say they can play games. They can play games. Right, they can play games, set up their games in the house. A lot of house stuff they can do. Some people don't even know to cook. They can learn to cook. Okay. Come together, cook. But do some what I must say now, experiment in the kitchen. So they can do stuff like that. Right.
And so also I think
they can enjoy themselves.
Balcony gardens. They can grow a garden on their balcony if they don't, or in the house, the window if they don't. have a backyard, right? So that's an option too.
Right.
All right.
So they can do that.
All right.
But they can enjoy themselves, man.
So since I probably won't be finding a beach in Jamaica, I'll probably have to get an inflatable pool. Thanks for that idea. I was actually thinking about it yesterday when I was outside.
Yeah, because
Go ahead.
So, and if you want it, you can tip like a salt in it to make it a little bit salty to like the water if you want.
Didn't even think of that.
So
Instead of a
pretend like you're
pool,
at the beach.
could
Right,
make it a
so pretend like you're at the
pool,
beach. And for those that love the river, you can do it without the salt.
Okay, so you can even add spice to it. That's a good solution.
Add spice to it. Anything want to make you happy.
All right, one more question for you, Erica. Another number. Choose another number.
Number 3.
Number 3. Did I tell you you have chosen the exact 3 numbers that my mom just chose in the same order? 7,
really?
5, and 3. All right, number 3. What's cooking for dinner today?
Mommy, good numbers, man.
It's good numbers. Mommy knows.
Oh, I actually cook shrimp.
Shrimp?
I cook shrimp and I cook fish.
Shrimp and
pumpkin
fish.
rice.
Pumpkin rice.
And some apple juice.
And some apple juice.
And steamed vegetable.
Wow. So you hear all the different flavors there for the Sunday dinner, right?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Anyone you wanna give a shout out to, Tamara or Erica?
Just want to say shout out to my family and to everyone watching, viewing, listening, everything. Big up to all you guys and have a happy Sunday.
All right.
And don't feel too down because of what's going on. Because once there's life, there's hope. We're going to pull through. This too shall pass.
All right. Thank you for that sound words of advice, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. Okay.
You're welcome. Enjoy your day.
Okay, will do. All right, welcome, Ngoni. I see you're there. Hi, Dominic. Still waiting for you to call in or to give me a number that you want. That's so funny. So Erica called in, Donna called in, and they've chosen the same numbers in the same order to share their experiences. But, I like what Erica just ended with. Don't be too down because of what's happening. We'll get through this together. And once there's life, there's hope. And that's one thing that we've really had to remind ourselves and others of during this time, because it's, as I said, when I started this, it, anticipated would have been a shorter time, but here we are, 9 weeks later, still having Let's Talk. People are still shut down. People are still adjusting to different things that's happening. So, it's a little bit strange. It's more than 2 weeks, more than 3 weeks. And for some people, they can't see the end of it. But, as we keep pressing through, we'll do this together, okay? All right, so next caller or next person who's going to, message me and let me know what number it is that you want to answer to, go right ahead. Be sure to share, to like, invite others to come on the chat, just share their experiences, have it a little light laughter that's there. So I've gotten 2 calls and they're from Jamaica. I haven't gotten any calls from Edmonton yet or the US. So I'm listening out for a call from Canada, somewhere else in Canada. Give me a call. Let's know what's happening in your side of the world. Again, the number to call is, you're going to add the number as a WhatsApp contact. It's +33 627 808675. It's +33 627 808675. So be sure to call, send me a text, and let me know what you think. All right. Who else? Who's going to be the next brave person to call? I promise you, I don't bite on Sundays. Maybe if it was Monday, you'd be out of luck. But today, you're all good. Give me a call in and and answer the question you're on for today. Yeah, so I was saying before the last call came in. So when I went to work one day this week, when I saw a guy nearby to the door, he just kind of went wide all the way to the other side. And we said hi to each other. And, you know, I just, as I say, it's just a different experience now that you're, you know, some persons are heading back into the office, and kind of those social norms that you have is now changing. So, you know, you're trying to keep your distance, and sometimes you're caught off guard because you're used to, you know, walking by someone or waving to them, or shaking hands with them. But now we have to take the precautions to make sure we keep safe until COVID dies down. It's maybe going to be a new way of greeting people all together, just to make sure we have certain habits ingrained and we're not spreading the virus, or, you know, at risk of catching the virus because of those practices that we are probably used to. So, hi Ngoni, how are you doing today? Hi Josh, welcome to you. That's my nephew from Jamaica. Be sure to share, to like, invite other persons to come on the chat. You know, let's talk about your experiences at work, or, you know, at church, at home, you're at school. You know, what experiences are you having in light of this COVID-19? So I said, give me a call in, or if you're in the chat and you want to give me, choose a number and I'll tell you the question, and then you can answer to that question, give an answer to that question. Hi Josh, how are you doing? All right. So Mother mentioned it was not great weather in Jamaica. It's been great weather in Edmonton too. So we're happy for that. Don't know if it lasts for the weekend, but I'll take it as it comes. You know, you step by step, bit by bit. Enjoy it. Yesterday I was out on the lawn under my apple tree, just spread a blanket there, and I was just enjoying it. Of course, be sure to subscribe and to like Garnet TV, whether you're on YouTube or in Facebook. So once we're on, then you'll get things of that sort. You're fine, Josh. So Josh, I've got questions 1 to 10. You can choose to call in and give me a number, or you can just type a number here. If you're a quick texter, you can respond. Choose a number and I'll ask you a question from the numbers that I've got between from 1 to 10. Putting Josh on the spot. No pressure. You can't possibly get it wrong. All right, who's next? Who's gonna call next? I'm waiting for my phone to ring. Waiting for my phone to ring. Dominic, you've been on and off. Do you wanna give me a call? And let's chat, Dominic. +33 627 808675. That's the number. And behind me, you see there's Victoria Day. It's Happy Victoria Day for those who are in Canada. It's a day that's celebrated. My boss is gonna beat me for this because I just learned this on Friday. So it's usually, if it's the 24th, let's see, it's on a Sunday if it's the 24th. If it's before that, it's the third Sunday of the month, or the Sunday before that? I think so. Not quite sure. But it's in honor of Queen Victoria. May 24 is also another name that they give to the holiday. It's a day when most parks are open or campgrounds are open. It's the first official holiday of summer as far as Canadians are concerned. Lots of experiences, lots of events have happened on May 24. So a whole host of them. But needless to say, Happy Victoria Day for those who celebrate Victoria Day. And it's called by another name in Quebec. Can't remember the name now, but wishing you a happy holiday for those, whether you're going to be at home or you're gonna be out camping, just reminding you to be safe, take the necessary precautions. Many incidents also happen on the long weekend because people are excited for summer and they tend to forget what's happening. So Quentin told me, so it's the Monday before May 24th. Yes, that's exactly it. The Monday before May 24th. So, but it's a little different because I think today is 17th and 24th. Yeah, and if it falls on a Sunday, then yeah, the Monday before May 24th. Easiest way to remember it. Yeah, so that's the day we're, for those who are celebrating or enjoying the day, just, you know, be cautious. Be sure not to slacken or forget about the precautions we've been taking these past few months. It's months by this, just to make sure you're keeping safe. If you're gonna be on a lake, take the precaution. If you're gonna be driving out, you know, be careful on the streets, no drinking and driving, follow the speed limit, all that precaution. You want to make sure you take it to be safe, enjoy your holiday with family, with friends, and be back home in one piece. Yeah. So who's next? Who's going to call in? My number, +33 627 808675. Let's have that number up on the screen. You're going to add it as a WhatsApp contact, and then just call in a voice call, and then we can chat. I've got 10 questions, and I'll just ask you, 3 of them. Just choose a number for me, and we'll just chat about the experiences that we've been having. So, who's gonna be next that's calling in? Do you know that song? Who is coming next? Punchinella, little fella. Who is coming next? Punchinella, little fella. That's a song we used to sing in Jamaica. It's a ring game. So as I said, you don't want me to start singing. So please call in so we can talk. After all, it's called Let's Talk, not Let's Sing. But if you can sing, be sure to call in and sing for us. And we're almost at an hour with the program. So usually within another half an hour we wrap up. So come on, I've got other questions and no one has called in for the other questions yet. So call in so we can ask you the question, you can share, people can hear, your experiences, and we can have that conversation. Welcome to Plato Gladstone. Nice to have you. Where are you in the world, Plato? That's my question. Plato's on the watch party that I just opened up. Okay. So again, call in or let me know a number, and then I'll ask you a question from that. And of course, you probably realize by this, I'm asking the question, or persons have asked the question, much longer do you think Let's Talk should continue for? I'm thinking of wrapping up in another few weeks to just give myself a break and also get back to my Sunday routine. Wait. I know. What do I usually do on Sundays? I know, but it's just seemed to have disappeared with prepping for Let's Talk. So I guess I'll figure out what I usually do on Sundays. But yeah, just give me some breathing space, and also to, plan the program. Persons can, get back to some sort of normalcy in their life. And also we can talk about topical issues. I have a touch point as to when we talk. I don't think it will still be weekly, Erica. So that'd be a good idea, but not just yet. Okay. Who's next? Who's coming next? Who's gonna give me the next call so I can give you another question for you to answer? And as I said, they're not complicated, just simple questions that you can share your experience with others, and they can chat, or just interesting facts, random facts that you'd like to know. Hi Kenneth, how are you doing? Another Nevi from Jamaica. Good to see you on. Give me a call, give me a number, and I'll ask you that question, and we can chat a little bit. Time's ticking. It's 6 p.m. I have about half an hour. So, it's when you call or when you send a chat that it makes it worth my while and the while of others that are watching. I know for some folks, it's nicer to watch than to engage. I myself have been guilty of that. But I'm going to ask you to call in or send a message so that we can have a conversation going, let's talk. And as I said, we talk about different things with regards to the pandemic, the precautions that people are taking, persons are recovering from it. We've seen, positive strides in the last little bit, and we're really, really happy for that. So, all right, twice for the month, good vibes. You see, Erica, twice for the month is more doable. All right, for sure. So, I'll probably just ask the question since no one is taking the bait. I'm still waiting. I need a call from Canada. I need a call from US, somewhere else. Give me another call. Come on, give me a call and let's share what you've been all right. Hope has asked for the number. So add it as a WhatsApp contact. It's +33 627 808675. Again, it's +33 627 808675. It's on the screen, so I'm waiting for you to call. I can see Hope putting that number in as a contact, and she's like, where's that plus button? Okay, found it. She's putting it in, and she's gonna save that number as let's talk, and then she's gonna hit that phone. Cool. All right. So Hope's calling in. No pressure. I'm waiting. If anyone else is there, you've got the number already. Just hit that dial button. Give me a call in, and let me ask you a question or two, and you can share with us your experience or answer the question, and keep let's talking. Okay. All right, and if you've got other topics too, Erica has suggested, stress, how to handle stress, motherhood, persons trying to cope with that, economy, how people manage their funds. Not you, Mark. That's just the same. I'll take your Mark. I'm an equal opportunity interviewer. What else was there? Okay, so Donna talked about, schooling, persons, aging, interactions between older and younger folks, having, respect, how to get ahead in life, some of the topics that people have spoken about. So if there are other topics too that would be of interest to you for us to continue on the program, be sure to, call in or just message in and let me know. We'll make a note of it and also, add that to the things that we are including. Okay. So Mark, I'm listening for the call. +33 627 808675. How to call on WhatsApp? Well, first you got to add it as a contact on WhatsApp. And then when you add that contact, then you can call from the number. Okay? So I could make it a little easier. So you can add it as a contact and then share from there. Okay. I'll probably just send that link. Okay, so I've sent that link, Hope. So you can just add that number as a contact, and then you can call in. All right, figure it out. Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi, good evening. How are you, Mark?
I'm wonderful. And how are you doing today?
So let the viewers know, what part of the world are you calling from?
I am at the small foreign, Minnesota, not the big one.
You're at the what? Small foreign?
Yeah, Minnesota.
So you're in Minnesota, you're in the States.
Yes.
All right. So how has this COVID-19 experience been for you? Anything different, or everything's been the same pretty much? How has it been different for you?
It's a one of a kind.
One of a kind. Good,
Yeah,
bad, or indifferent?
Got mix, everything mixed up. Good, bad, difference, and ugly and pretty.
Go again?
The good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifference.
That's true. So, Mark, I've got 10 questions. So from numbers 1 to 10. And so I'll give you 3 tries. So choose a number and I'll ask you that question, and then you'll just share the response. As simple as that today.
8.
8. Where will you be going once this pandemic is all over, and why?
Okay, when it's over, I'm going out my mind, but I want to go to Canada.
You want to go to Canada? And why?
Yes. I have family over there, and the host is my family, so I'm going to come and look for her.
You got family in the host, so you're coming to look for me?
Yes.
I feel so special. I'll be sure to ensure. I'll ensure that we'll have some good times when you come. It's a good reason. All right. So next number, Mark.
Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Next number. Choose another number.
Another number would be 10.
10. So what are 2...
Yeah.
Go again?
Did somebody choose 10 already?
No, that's fine. You can still choose if someone chose, but let's go with this. It's the first time. What are 2 profound things that you have learned about yourself during this experience, or that you have observed with others since this pandemic? So either 2 profound things you've either learned about yourself during this experience, or that you've observed with others.
That this thing here that shows me that I can spend time by myself. I don't need people to validate me, so I can feel special.
So you've learned how to appreciate your own company.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
And this thing teach me that you need to be saving and prepare for the future. So, like crisis like this won't catch you off guard because you were more prepared for it.
Yeah, that's a good observation, right? And it's not just rainy day. This is like been a rainy month, 2 months. So I guess if we're having those habits, so you always say, save for rainy day, save for rainy day, and you're like, whatever. But with this experience, it's been a real tight crunch with everyone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a flood day right now.
Go again?
Flood days right now.
Flood days. That's more than just rain. It's been flooded for a few weeks. Well. All right. So is that 2 questions? That's 2 you answered, right? All right. One more number between 1 and 10. And Joan was saying she couldn't find the number. Joan, I've just shared the number with you in WhatsApp, so you can try to add it and then try to call from that after Mark's done. Yeah, another number.
All right, 2. You only need 2.
2. How did you spend Mother's Day? It's simple. It's in the past.
I slept.
Someone said they were eating and sleeping, so you know what? You're not alone.
Okay.
So you were asking, what was different? Persons aren't able to take their mothers out, or the mothers in their life. So.
Well, there was nothing open that you can do, so we are on the quarantine too.
So you just spend the time at home.
But this year so we have to stay put, and then The kids came over, they cook, and we had
cook.
They didn't cook.
Martha bake.
Oh, I was sleeping, so Tasha baked.
So you were the cook, but someone else cooked.
No, yeah.
Welcome, Arlene. Good to see you online. I'm just curious, what was for dinner last week, Mother's Day?
You know, some me forget.
You probably need to ask the mother in the house.
We had jerk chicken and curry goat with rice and red beans.
Yeah.
And vegetables.
Rice and peas cooking at the same.
And we had homemade carrot cake from Tasha.
All right. Awesome. Sounds
and
good.
she also made homemade red lobster biscuits.
That
was delicious.
Before. Cool.
Yeah.
So is it like new skills persons are learning now that they're in quarantine, or they already had the touch?
She have never made a carrot cake before. She have never made biscuit before, so that was different.
All right. So you talk about the plus about having the plus about the COVID.
Yeah.
Learning new skills and perfecting it. Awesome. Great. So
and saving a lot of money too.
Saving a lot of money too, because you're not eating out as much or shopping.
And we're not shopping as much, so.
I was saying I saw something 2 weeks ago that, hi Sharon, welcome to you, that credit card spending had dropped by 60% and shopping in clothes stores has dropped by 50%. So go figure, people are indeed saving.
Well, everybody's at home, so.
No need to go out and spend.
The only thing probably I sell right now are 90.
Lingerie.
Lingeries are being sold now.
Yeah.
Your PJs, right? Because you're at home more than you're out.
And loungewear.
And loungewear. Okay.
And those stuff.
Yeah.
So is there anything, and who's that person on the line? That's Hope. Hi, Hope. That's my aunt, everyone. So is there anything that you both want to share or give a shout out to someone, with regard to this? Good to have you on the program. I know you're always watching, but it's good to have you call in. So anyone you want to give a shout out to or anything that you want to share with persons who are listening in?
Shout out to Carrie and Andre.
Shout out to Carrie and Andre.
And Desi and Pat.
Desi and Pat.
Janet. And everybody that listens to your show.
Okay, thank you.
And plus the crazy lady Elva.
Is it Elvie you're calling crazy?
Yep.
Elvie, yes. Sure I'll give you permission to deal with him personally. All right. Well, thank you both for calling. Enjoy the rest of the program.
Yep, sure will.
All right, for sure.
Okay, cool. Bye.
All right. So, Joan, I share that number with you. You can try it if you can. Add it as a contact and then just call in from that number. She was asking how to get through with it. Welcome to Arlene and to Sharon, too. Again, we're just talking about experiences people have been having with regards to COVID-19. Persons are home more than before. And most times, for most people, the routines have changed. And even with the economy is open back up, just kind of the way how you used to do things and conduct business is definitely changing. So we're just asking people to share their experiences, what has been happening. I've got 10 questions on my sheet today. And once you call in, or if you want to do it on the chat, that works just the same too. I'll just give you one of the questions, or I'll ask you to choose one of the numbers, share the question, and then you'll just share your answer and we'll just chat. Right? So nothing hard, nothing complicated, just something to keep the conversation going. So thank you. We've got a call from the US. We've got 2 calls from Jamaica. I'm waiting for a call from Canada. And I think Joan will be the next one calling as soon as she can add that contact number to WhatsApp. Again, the number is on the screen. You'll have to add it as a WhatsApp contact. It's +33 627 80 8675 Once you've added it as a contact, you just call the number, make a voice call on WhatsApp, and it'll come through to me with no charge to you, and then we can talk, certainly. So again, our time is ticking down, 6:16, another 15 minutes will be winding down. So I'm gonna, give a call in so we can chat with you. You can ask the other numbers of the questions that I've got. So far, I've had persons ask number 1, number 2, number 3. We've got number 5, number 7, number 8, number 10. So we've got 9, 6, 4 that haven't been touched yet. So have someone else call in, and we can just ask those questions and have you share. Nothing hard, just lighthearted, so we can share experiences that we've been having, encourage others, and make the best of our time in quarantine together or isolation together. So give me a call or send me a message on the chat and we'll talk quickly. Waiting for a call from Canada. Got Arlene and Sharon. So if you want to call in, I'd appreciate that so we can chat a little bit. Okay. Again, shout out and thank you to our frontline workers. As I see Arlene and Jodianne, who were on the call, on the chat earlier, because I know they're nurses and they're working every day to help to save lives, to keep us safe. And I just want to, sincerely say thank you to them and others too who are probably frontline workers that, may not know your names, but just the same, want to share our appreciation for what you have done and have been doing. We can see it's been, selfless, and you've been sacrificing a lot, and we really appreciate it. And of course, programs like these is just to encourage persons that we have to take our own responsibility in keeping safe, staying safe, so that we can reduce the workload for the frontline workers who have to be out every day, also dealing with the challenges of putting their family in harm's way because of being out every day. So it's just for us other listeners on the call who are not frontline workers to support you by taking heed to the precautions and practicing good hygiene to ensure that we are through this period as soon as possible. So yeah. So who's gonna call next? Who's going to call next, or who's going to ask for the next number so that I can share that number with you? Time is ticking. Just got a few minutes left. I want to make sure it's well worth your time and the time of everyone who is on the chat today. With regards to how long the program will be, I think for another 3 weeks. What I've committed to. Another 3 weeks we'll be going for the program. So we've started in the middle of March. This week would make 9 weeks since we've started the program. So someone's giving a call on my cell phone, but I wanted to make the call on that +33 number so that persons can actually hear the questions, or I can hear you with my headphones. So as I said, it's been 9 weeks so far that we've been going the program. And when we started initially, I thought probably a month, maybe 2 months, but still going on. So as I said, another 3 weeks. So that would take us to the first week in June, or the first Sunday in June, because we've got 2 more Sundays in... We've got 2 more Sundays in May, and then in June we're able to have 1 Sunday, the first Sunday, and just kind of wrap up at the end there. So someone says they're trying to call, but noise. You want to try calling that number again, Josh? Maybe someone was on the line before, so if you want to try calling the number again, hopefully it'll come through this time. Okay. Yeah, so another 3 weeks, so that'll take us to the first Sunday in June. I think that's the 7th, 31st, 31st of May is a Sunday. So the 7th of June is when I do the official wrap-up program with regards to COVID-19. Many persons are going back to work, or, you know, if they were already at work, just kind of the new normal, different phases of the economy is opening back up. So I know persons will be, you know, adjusting to this new way of life. We'll talk more about that from next week and the week after. You know, as you go out, as you notice different things, you observe things or things you've observed with yourself, you know, jot it down, make a mental note of it if your brain is better than mine, and we can chat about it when next we talk on Let's Talk. Cool. Okay, so waiting for a call. Joshua, I'm going to try calling back in again. He wasn't able to get through earlier. Again, I'll probably do a little bit of thing where I share the number. Okay. Okay. All right, so for me, I'll probably answer, hi, Wilma, how are you doing? Good evening to you. Do you want to call in and let's chat? You're getting the last 8 minutes of the call, but at least you've called, so give me a call and let's chat. My number should be on the screen shortly. Add it as a WhatsApp contact, and then we can chat just about the experiences you've been having. So I'll probably answer some of the questions that I've got here myself. What have you noticed new in the outside world? For me, I've noticed with that social distancing with people. As I said, you know, went to the office, someone just kind of jumped to one side, somewhat surprised, but somewhat trying to adjust to how do you relate to coworkers when you see them, right? And I've seen that too when you're walking on the street or you're going for a walk, people will, you know, step out into the road to give that social distancing that's there. So that's something that I've observed a lot in the outside world, where persons are taking the social distancing, or city manager has said, let's call it physical distancing, because you don't want people to think that they're not, you know, supposed to connect socially, but physical distancing is what's there. Joan, you still can't get through. Okay, Joan, we'll just type a number on the screen. I'll give you the question if you're still not able to get through with that. So that's what I've noticed new in the outside world. People are taking their physical distancing seriously enough. You're taking your distance between persons. How did you spend Mother's Day? That's now question number 2. So for Mother's Day, I say eating and sleeping. So I spent most of the day, I went shopping in the morning. That's been the highlight of my Sundays for the last few weeks, because I refuse from joining long lines to get food. So went out Sunday morning, did some shopping, and then I came home trying to write a poem that I could share to say we won't be having Let's Talk, but here's a poem. Thank you to my friend Ken, who insisted that I do a poem, although I was resisting it. It took about 2 hours to do that, 8 lines of poetry, but still enjoyed it just the same. And I shared that Happy Mother's Day. I did a video with it, spliced it out, shared it with persons who were on my WhatsApp, shared on my Facebook, shared on YouTube. And then because I shared on WhatsApp with so many of the mothers, I took the day responding to all the responses that I got. So it was nice, but then it sucked up so much time. But it was good connecting with many persons that I hadn't spoken to in a while. So it was a good way to engage with people and see how they were doing. So that's how I spent my Mother's Day last week. And I did eat too and sleep. See, number 5. What thoughts do you have on how to keep summer with this new situation that we're in? I'm going to go with Garnet and Erica's suggestion that for summer, get an inflatable pool in the backyard and enjoy the pool. Or as Erica said, add some salt if I want to remind me of the beach. Probably have to do that. So that's what I'm thinking of for summer. And also to do some planting. I need to get on it. It's already May 21st. But that will allow time to pass by. And then, of course, if you grow what you eat and eat what you grow, and I don't have to worry about joining lines to get food, especially when phase 2 and phase 3, and we'll have to have that physical distancing. I can't imagine having, 100 people in the store, people are outside lined up when things are back to normal. So that's my answer. Okay. Anyone else that is able to call in? You can still try to call in. Remember to share with the last few minutes. Joan, you mentioned you're not able to call in, but then you can put a number on the chat, and I'll ask you the question, Joan, and you can answer. Just type in an answer. Okay. So what else? So that's my thoughts on keeping summers. So number 4 question that I had, I'll probably save it till later, till someone calls in. So number 7, how much longer do you think Let's Talk will continue for? I already told you, another 3 weeks. Let's Talk will continue for another 3 weeks. So it'll go until June 7th. And then after that, by then I'll let you know the frequency with having Let's Talk subsequent to that. Okay. Where will it be going once this pandemic is all over, and why? I feel the need to take the trip to somewhere that's warm and nice, that has a beach. Yeah, somehow this summer I feel like having a beach vacay. So after summer has passed, I will make sure I find somewhere with a beach to enjoy just, some alone time. All right. And why? I love the beach, and I can't swim, but I love the beach. I usually go on cruises for the last few years. I got 2 friends, Gail and Carlton, who introduced us to cruising, and it's been a habit that we've had going on cruises, mostly Caribbean for the most part, Caribbean cruises. But we didn't go this year because my grandma was having a party in Jamaica. In hindsight, I'm happy that we didn't go this year. But as I said, I've had enough cruising that will hold me until another few years, at least. Because of everything going on, I don't know if I want to be trapped on a ship with any possible cases of coronavirus. Erica says, that's Jamaica. So many beaches to choose from. That is true. Frenchman's Cove is indeed a great beach. So that's what I want to do once the pandemic is over. And then also it'll help me to keep in mind that I need to keep the beach body, keep working towards the beach body, even though summer isn't keeping. So that's another motivation. Okay. And then number 10, what 2 profound things have you learned about yourself during this experience, or you've observed with others since this pandemic? So one thing I've learned about, I think I always knew this, but I seen it even more, right? So I thrived under the challenge of having this experience. So when this started a few months ago, I said to myself, what can I do to lighten the load for someone, or just to engage people because of, this whole isolation and things of that nature. And I'm a storyteller. I tell stories for a living. I do. Not for a living, it's a hobby at this point, but it's a gift that I recently recognized that I've had. So I said, what could I do? And I thought of doing storytelling. So I said I'd do fun short stories with a proverb at the end of it, just kind of get people through this experience. And I did a 14-day challenge, just gave myself a challenge. You know, everyone was having a challenge on the internet of some sort. So I thought of doing that challenge. And I had many of the stories, but then I didn't have the parable at the end of it. So I was forced to kind of put it together. So I told people, you know, on an average, it took like 3 hours to get a 3-minute story along with the parable that I was sharing, you know, just kind of put things together, learn the story so I could, you know, say it in front of the camera, record it, do a little, most much editing, and sharing that information. So I thrived under that pressure, and it was so much for me. And, you know, sometimes I feel like my head was exploding to, I gotta get this story done, gotta get it done. You know, I've gotta submit it by a certain time, because I know persons were saying they were looking forward to having the story. And, like I was blessed. So it's in blessing others that you're blessed, right? So in having others appreciate, you know, you're sharing that story or spending that time, or people saying, you know, they're looking forward to hear the story, to get a laugh, to just kind of take their mind off things, that really was motivating to me. So I learned that, you know, I perform well under stress, intense stress. So I was able to do that. So Erica says, have learned my strength, and I also learned more about people who are really there for you when you're down. And that's true. With this experience, I'm sure a lot of us have realized, you know, what are we good at? What have we become better at? Mark talked about even knowing that, you know, he can spend time with himself and find ways to learn about himself. And also those who are there in your corner, because many persons have reached out and connected on us in ways that we didn't expect. So it's been good. It's been a good learning experience for me. So for me, this is that learning that I work well under pressure. And I just think about the next thing that I observe is just, you know, humans in general. And we talk a lot about, you know, people are bad, people are evil. Yes, with all that happening, you still see that, you know, that gift of love that God has given us. You could see that coming out in so many ways. And I know in many ways people have, you know, I'll talk about a few bad apples. People have tried to, you know, show their mean side and things like that. Hi, Heather, how are you doing? You know, persons have been mean and things like that. But at the end of the day, for the most part, you know, we've seen, you know, nurses, frontline workers go above and beyond. We've seen the same thing with teachers who have been so selfless with you know, going the extra mile, helping with their students. We've seen persons that have stepped up to the challenge to, you know, help persons who are in need or not able to work because of the circumstances that they've experienced. So, you know, I think about how that God has given us that gift of love, and you know, I could see that shown in so many ways during this pandemic. So deep down, we know how to love. Sometimes we get so busy and caught up, we don't stop to, you know, recognize how much or show each other how much we value them. And this was something that definitely showed people or showed, you know, how much many people valued others. So I think it's value, and also, yeah, that's something I think we also should work on and not get relaxed. You know, after this pandemic is all over, I would hope that people don't get back to the norm of doing things, that you forget about looking after family, you know, find out what's priority, and also telling people in your life that they're special, making them feel special. Hi, Roger, how are you doing? Good to see you on. So again, as I mentioned, we're ticking down. It's 6:35. We've ticked down. I didn't even realize. I didn't ask the last 2 questions. I'll probably say that for next week. So thank you all for joining. Thank you for those who called in, those who commented on the chat, whether you're on the watch party, you joined the watch party, and that's something new that I've done. Well, I did it the first week, but I didn't realize, and I closed my own watch party. So the next week I'll do that for sure. For those who are on YouTube or they're on Facebook with Garnet TV, be sure to subscribe, to like, to share with others so they can come and share their experiences. As we mentioned, this is just a forum for people to talk, to share their experiences, encourage others, see what learnings we can have from this COVID experience. Out of everything, once we've got life, we've got hope, and we want to find rays of hope that we can latch onto, and that can help us to be better persons, become a better version of ourselves once we've gone through this experience. As a friend always say, we should allow experiences to make us better, not bitter. So with that, hope to see you all next week, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's going to be May 24th. Have a good week. Be safe as you go out there. And for those who are on holiday, happy Victoria Day to you. Be safe, and see you next week. Take care.